if you look out over history, typically most successful investors, they think and act long term, not short term. I know you've got a piece that is on the table here.
I had a piece emailed to me from someone that we work with that shows in 1992 the S&P 500 was at 417 points.
Mm-hmm.
So what's that, about 30 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
In those 30 years, it shows 30 reasons that someone might consider getting out of their investments. Events that have happened, from the riots in Los Angeles in 92, the Oklahoma City bombing, the war in Iraq in 2003. I'm just kind of jumping around to hit some of the
housing crash.
Housing crash in 2007. We all remember that. And everybody was, scared that their savings were gone. We had the collapse of major corporations like WorldCom and September 11th in 2001, all the way to, most recently the 2020 COVID-19. We were all confined to our homes pretty much for several months, and in those 30 years, the S&P was started at 417. As of December 31st of 21, it was 4,766. So you would have benefited greatly from not getting out in any of those points.
Exactly. So 30 reasons not to potentially invest over the last 30 years would have cost you dearly.
Sure. So if you're looking long term, now there's obviously some short term reasons that you may have needed to get out. In everybody's scenario is different, but if you're a long term investor, you would have benefited most likely from staying in.
And those questions I get quite a bit is, the vast majority of clients we work with are pre-retirees and retirees, but you come into a market like we're in right now, inflation at all-time highs.
Sure.
Not all time, but 40-year highs.
Right.
Many younger individuals have never seen this. Many people that are going into retirement weren't necessarily spending their money; they were spending their parents' money.
Right.
Whenever this last happened, because they weren't of age.
Sure.
And when's it going to go down? When's inflation going to subside? And I think that possibly, there's different theories on that. We should see some relief, hopefully, by the end of this year.
Yeah, I mean, there's always some level of inflation. It's just that it's really high right now, and price of goods have been going up, and just, part of it is the way the economy works, when something's low for a while, eventually it catches up,
supply and demand.
Right.
Supply and demand.
We're kind of paying the piper a little bit right now for some of the good times we've had in the past, but there's indications out there every day. There's reports that feel like we're getting to the high point of this, and there'll be an end to it at some point.
And even for retirees as they go in, if you come across a period of inflation 5, 10, 15 years from now, you got to be able to exceed with your money the rate of inflation. Growth period over time, and now with interest rates being so low, there's a new acronym. There's no alternative really. If you look out there for income producing, except for exposure to some extent in equities, and that therein lies. What we need to look at is equities for any person. It's not just they're not a short term hold. They're longer term, and we want to help make clients, make smarter financial decisions, and because those can lead, certainly to better outcomes.
Sure.
Now, just kind of, just to kind of give you a wrap up on that kind of summary for 2022 and what we're talking with people about. Downturns are normal, and we want to create and commit to a sound long-term plan. Mm-hmm. While the things that we're going through now are uncomfortable, they are not uncommon. And we want to avoid the emotional investing, as you can see if you're following along visually. If not, and you're just listening, the main thing, it's time in the market versus timing the market.
Right. It's just so hard, to pick the perfect time to get in and get out, and what ends up happening is you miss out on usually the first part of any move is a quick and large move a lot of times, and you miss a couple of those days, and you've missed really the good part of the growth in a rebound in a market.
So big thing, don't try to time the market. You want to revisit your personal plan, because all those things help you kind of live with what's going on right now during a volatile time. And we always remember, we want to focus on your people we work with, your own personal goals and objectives, and we call us if you're concerned. Don't sit around worried if you're working with us. And if you're got concerns, you don't currently work with us, we offer a free financial checkup for anybody that calls in.